Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Lisa Richardson.
And I'm Kathryn Mademann.
And today we're excited to be on Ladies Island at the Schiller and Hamilton law firm. And we're going to be talking to the managing partner, Bennett Schiller.
And also we're going to meet David Manzi, who is a partner here in the firm. And then we're going to meet with Christian Schiller, who is part of Beaufort Charities. And our other person is?
Then we have Jennifer Phillips to talk about an exciting event, Dancing with the Stars.
I'm so excited.
So stay right here for 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Lowcountry comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We are excited today to be on Ladies Island, and we are at the Schiller and Hamilton law firm, and joining us is the managing partner, Bennett Schiller. Thanks for having us here today.
Oh, well, thanks for being here. I also have with us today a gentleman, David Manzi, who's my law partner, who oversees all of our litigation, and we believe that servicing a client involves more than just being involved in settling their cases, but also sometimes we have to litigate. So David Manzi's here to explain how we do that.
Well, let's get to know you. Tell us about your background in law.
Well, thank you. I earned my law degree back in 1990 from the University of San Diego in California. And I practiced in California for a number of years before my family moved to North Charlotte, North Carolina, where I earned my license to practice law in North Carolina and practiced there for a number of years. And then back in 2006, I also sat for the bar in South Carolina and earned my South Carolina license. I'm currently licensed in 3 separate states. I am licensed, admitted to practice in all federal courts in California, North Carolina, and South Carolina. I'm also a certified mediator and a certified arbitrator. And my career has always been for plaintiffs' litigation. I've handled every type of plaintiff's case, personal injury case. I've done a lot of medical malpractice cases, but almost any case where an injured party is injured through not of their own fault, I've represented those people in a number of cases.
Well, that's an interesting career. I mean, you've pretty much seen everything, and I can understand the practice. Being here for the last, 8 years, do you find something different in the Lowcountry in cases and how people are, with injury or some sort of lawsuits that are around?
Well, there is. I mean, there's a benefit to living in the Lowcountry of South Carolina, and that's why my wife and I decided to move down here permanently a number of years ago. And in fact, that's how Bennett and I first met. I was in my private practice in North Carolina, and I was looking to associate with somebody down in the Beaufort area because we were planning to move here. And I happened to, Bennett and I, just circumstances just happened to run into each other. And it just happens that the main office for Schiller and Hamilton is actually in Rock Hill, the upstate of South Carolina. So I made a very good fit for the firm because I could handle a lot of the North Carolina cases that they were getting from the upstate, and at the same time be down here in Beaufort to handle the South Carolina cases that occur here. I've been here in Beaufort now full-time for the last 2 years. Now, cases don't differ too much. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's more fun practicing in the Lowcountry because the Lowcountry is just a better place to live, I think. Mm-hmm. But the cases have been the same from when I practiced in California to North Carolina, people being injured through no fault of their own, whether it's a motor vehicle accident, whether it's through a medical error that happens, whether it's a premise liability case where you're injured in somebody else's facility. I mean, the basic tenets of practicing and representing those clients have always been the same.
And I think that's an important fact because, Bennett, you were sharing with us before that you take care of it in office, in-house, in your firm. You're not outsourcing, correct?
Yeah, so I think it's really important that, insurance companies, they know who will litigate cases, and we typically have about 80 cases in litigation. So the fact that we're able to do that in-house sends a different message. So we're not just about settling cases. We want to serve our clients and make sure that we're getting the best result. And oftentimes that requires us to litigate. So it was a good fit for us because he's got so many years of experience litigating cases. We're able to provide that next level service to our clients. And so it's been a good fit for that reason.
Can you share the difference between litigating small cases and large cases?
Well, basically, obviously, a complex case is going to take a lot more time and effort, and it's more expensive, to be honest with you, to litigate a large, complex cases. And I've done, in my career, I've done everything from the smallest motor vehicle case you might think of to a complex, what we call a mass tort case, where multiple people are injured in a single incident, such as a bus crash or something like that. And those get a lot more complex, and you have to have a good team, which we have here in terms of putting everything together for what we need, knowing where to find the right experts that you might need, especially in a medical malpractice case, to help you prosecute that case, and knowing your way around. And the fact that I've been doing this for 30 plus years, I basically have seen everything. I've handled every different type of case. I've worked with experts when I need to. I've done trials. I know what it is to negotiate, both as a mediator myself and from being in literally thousands of mediations. So that gives me the ability to, I think, give full representation to my clients and to all the clients in the firm. And as Bennett said, it benefits all the clients, the fact that insurance companies and adjusters know that we're willing to take it all the way. I mean, if I have to take a case to trial, I'm going to take it to trial.
That's very interesting.
And I can tell you, it's very expensive. It's not cheap to litigate cases, and we have the resources because we have multiple offices. We've got 7, 8 attorneys here in the firm, and so having the resources to be able to do that sends a different message as well. You hear other law firms talk about size matters and things like that.
I have one quick question, because we do have to go in a minute. But as somebody who is looking for help, who's looking for litigation help, what would be like 2 or 3 questions if they're calling the firms asking, I need your help? What could they ask you, or what could you tell them to ask the firm that they will be able, that will give them what they're looking for?
Well, one is, can you litigate your own cases?
Okay.
And that's important. And what experience do you have? How many cases have you handled? And David's probably handled thousands of those cases. So I think that sets us apart from some of the other lawyers that you see on TV.
So you're looking for a deep practice with many lawyers, and you also want to make sure that they litigate in-house versus outsourcing.
Right, and of course make sure that they care about the client, and that's what we do. So, and that's why we spend the money to litigate those cases.
So I think it's important for our audience to know that, because you never know you don't know what to ask.
Exactly.
Sure.
Now, we're going to wrap up and go to our next segment and continue, but you really feel it's important to invest in our community, and that's what we're going to focus on next. So you all stay right here. We'll be back with more 843 TV.